Hey guys, it's your Kid. I'm back with another video, and today we'll be talking about Survivor Series War Games. Now, first off, Survivor Series did it for me. It did it for me. Like, as I tell you guys, come in with zero expectations, so there's no room for getting disappointed, but just expect to have a good show, and that's exactly what we had. To start off the night, the women's went in with the War Games team of Liv Morgan and Team Bianca / Rhea. I call it Team Bianca just because she was the one who kind of was leading it beforehand, but those women, they did their thing, and honestly there has been some mixed opinions on the match, but I just enjoyed the whole match. I enjoyed the match, to be honest. I love how hyped the crowd was, and the fact that Naomi was able to have her moment in a War Games match like she wanted to have on her birthday, and a dub on her birthday. Like, that really did it for me. She was able to do her thing, and I think kind of pushed the story between her and Nia. I really see a rematch in their future. I just see it, and I'm hoping we get a rematch and Naomi gets that dub, because that's what it was giving. That was just giving. Io Sky has to be named Queen of War Games, because her in this trash can always does it. I had no idea how she's able to have that trust, but she's got it, and it always looks like she has extreme confidence with it, so it kind of makes me less anxious, because throughout the night I was anxious about whoever got on top of that ring. I was so anxious because they could fall, and I don't want to see that. I don't want anybody to get hurt. Now, I will say that we have to see Bailey kind of redeem herself, not only with Bianca, but also a little bit with Io. They had a little moment where I think things might get to a point where they're kind of cool with each other. It's not there yet. It's not there at all. But a moment in that ring was Tiffany Stratton almost cashing in. Now, I obviously think that she was cashing on Nia, and that would have been a great moment. I'm not even gonna lie. I think that was like the only moment where I was like, oh, they could have done it there. But I'm expecting them to have a moment with it. They just better not do anything to the point where I'm gonna be mad at it, because there's a certain way where they could have this briefcase thing happen and I'm upset. I don't want to be upset. I want Tiffany to either have her moment, she can cash in and it be successful. Honestly, her not being a successful run would be interesting, and her character is loved by the fans, so it wouldn't hurt her any. But that moment right there, it's obvious to me that she was gonna go to Nia. Even when Raquel came up, she was like, what are you doing? And she was like, nah, I was gonna do Liv. That's how I was feeling. I feel as though she wasn't gonna do to Liv, and the fact that Raquel got handcuffed had to be one of the best parts of the night. Best parts of that match, man. Her getting handcuffed, because why not? What you tried to do to Rhea, now look at you. And the super riptide, that hurt me. Like, I felt that. There's been many points of this night where I was feeling it. That night had me feeling almost every move. Like, I know they had to have some ice baths, all that, because that was crazy. Props to Liv. But I'm excited to see Liv and Io Sky's match, although I feel as though we're to a point where it feels as though they're setting up for another Liv and Rhea. I'm just, as disappointing that is, because it's like Io's shot is kind of being overshadowed just by the fact that you still have this ongoing thing with her and Rhea and Liv. You have this ongoing thing. It's kind of seeming like it's going to get transferred to Rhea and then Raquel, but the main star of that whole thing is Rhea and Liv. So we're only waiting for that to be over. Now, next match was Shinsuke Nakamura versus LA Knight, and I pray for this. Like, I literally wanted I wanted another US champion. No shade to LA Knight, because he's been doing his thing. He's been a consistent working champion, which that is what is needed for the United States Championship. But this is a belt that was held hostage for a very long time, so it didn't need to stay with somebody for a very long time. So I was ready for a change, ready for a twist, and that's exactly what happened. I am glad that when Shinsuke came back, he took that title up. Like, that's perfect to me. That's perfect. You ain't had to you ain't have to try to, beg and, fight for it. Just take that, because that's who Shinsuke Nakamura is to me. If it was not going to go to Carmelo, Shinsuke was the best option, the best one. Now, I'm ready for some graps between Carmelo and Shinsuke now. I'm here and I'm naming it. That's going to be a match. That's going to be a match. And LA Knight did what he could. He did his best, but his confidence wasn't there. His confidence was not there. Shinsuke got in his head, and that's what it took. Now, the moment where LA Knight hit his head in the middle of that ring, I knew it was done for him, because that still, man, I started to get a headache after that. My head was starting to hurt, so I know his head was on 10. I know it was on 10. But we have a new United States champion, which is Shinsuke Nakamura. And honestly, I think a lot of people are conflicted about this as well. But I love new entrants. I like the remix. I just do. It fits with this new persona of his. Coming out with that samurai. He was just giving it all. I just had a feeling. I had a feeling he was going to take that. He was going to take what was his, and that was the title. I was happy for him. Now, that triple threat match, it was close. It was close to being that match tonight. I really enjoyed that triple threat match. Like, when you get these men in the ring, men who just don't care about their own well-being, they just want to inflict pain, you're going to get some magic. You're going to get some magic, and that's exactly what happened with Kaiser, Sheamus, and Braun. They all brung it. And although my pick did not win, I kind of had a feeling he wasn't Kaiser, but it was some good wishful thinking, because imagine if Imperium had mid-card titles. Like, imagine they both had titles. Not mid-card, because he doesn't have a mid-card title. Imagine if they all had the gold. Like, that would have been fire. It would have been fire. And I think day by day I feel bad for Vinci. Day by day I feel bad for Vinci, because where is he? Where is Vinci? Can somebody find Vinci? Because, man. Now, in that match, I just kind of was holding out hope for Sheamus. Although I feel as though when it comes to Sheamus, him getting this Intercontinental belt, it means so much to him in his career. They should actually kind of put a lot of effort in how they build it up, how they build up the story of him finally getting that belt title. So I'm not mad at the fact that he lost, although I feel terrible for the crowd, because it was this close to when Sheamus was getting that belt. It was this close. And then Kaiser swept the whole rug after all y'all. I felt for y'all. But Braun Breaker is still our champion, and that spear of his is getting deadly. That spear of his is deadly, and I ain't gonna lie, Roman Reigns got he got some competition when it comes to that spear game. I'm gonna be real with it. He might be my fave, but I gotta be real. I have to be real. I have to be honest. Now, the next match, the World Heavyweight Championship match between Damian Priest and Gunther. I was on the edge of my seat during that match. Because both of these men are stars. And it's been so rewarding to see Damian Priest actually be seen as a star, and everybody in the crowd understand that he's a star. That right there has been so amazing to me. And Gunther was getting his confidence back in that ring, and if not for that injury that Damian Priest had with his arm, I don't know if Gunther was going to get that. You know, the crowd helped him out a lot, but being able to get back to what he knew when it came to manipulating those limbs, manipulating the points where you know is the weakest for your opponent, that is Gunther. That is how he was able to get to the point where he found himself again as the ring general. And I also like the fact that you saw his vulnerability. You saw the fact that he's connected with the crowd, because when the crowd was cheering for him, he was able to find himself again. So I think this feud did a lot for Gunther's kind of character and the way he connects with the crowd. Although I feel as though he might still be a jerk. He could still be a jerk to the crowd. I'm just saying, he could still be a jerk to the crowd. But it was a connection, and I love seeing it. Now, Finn Balor, he's doing his best. He is doing his best to be hater of the year, trying to be up there with Drew. Although Drew is right now resting, nobody can take hater of the year from him. But Finn Balor is certainly trying when he came to intervening in that match. I think either way, without the interruption, Damian Priest was not going to win it. But Finn Balor coming out, I just think we're going to see a match between Finn Balor and now Gunther. Maybe even Judgment Day versus Gunther, because Gunther did not like that. He didn't like the interruption at all, because it kind of took something away from him, because he was able to find himself. And then it's like, bro, you got in the way of me proving to everybody and even myself that I'm still the ring general after that loss to Cody Rhodes at Saudi Arabia. So I don't think he's going to let that slide. Shoot, Ludwig might not let that slide, but I know Damian Priest and Finn Balor's history is coming back to bite him in the butt, just because he's a hater. Just because Finn Balor's a hater, he can't let go of what Damian Priest, even though he took a L. But I'm here for it. Now, the main event surely did main event. It main evented. It just did. Nothing was really missing out of this match, out of that night. Nothing was really missing to me. I think when it came to certain matches, sure, it could have been, maybe it could have been on like SmackDown for some, but I don't know. I enjoyed every match, and I think all the matches went together well. Now, the main event with the OG Bloodline versus the new Bloodline, first off, I enjoyed the fact that they all got their interest, especially Jimmy, because there's been a point where I think a lot of people have forgotten the fact that Jimmy has been spearheading this whole reunion. Without Jimmy, this reunion wouldn't happen the way it happened, and also without Jimmy, this night kind of probably wouldn't be the night that it was. They wouldn't have that night. They probably wouldn't have that dub, because he was able to kind of neutralize Jacob Fatu. And that right there has made him MVP of that night. He was the MVP of that match, to be honest. Jimmy really did his thing, and I'm glad he was able to get his own entrance. And also, I really love the fact that Jey Uso was able to enter in last. I think all of us probably expected Roman to enter in last, but I was surprised and shocked, and I was actually happy that he was able to be last and also have his interest in the crowd, because it's something with Jay and the crowd that is just there. That connection is there. The love is there. The whole Yeet thing is there. Now, being the first one in the match with Tama Tonga, I don't know what Tama Tonga is on. I don't. But somebody need to let me know. Somebody need to let me know, because that man, he was on the cage. He was on the floor doing all types of things. I don't know if he was trying to psych out Jay. I have no idea what he was doing, but he was doing something. He was doing something unknown. And in the beginning of that match, Jay was getting handled. I ain't gonna lie. Jay was getting handled when the advantage game, when the numbers game got against him, he was getting handled. Now, I was geeked, pumped, I popped when Jimmy was the one who came in to help Jay, because I know that we want these men to have their own characters want to have their own, you know, singles, you know, run career. And I love that fact. I surely do, because I want to see both of them have, I want to see Jay have a singles run again, and I want singles championship run, and I want to see Jimmy have a singles championship run. But the Usos as a team hits different every time, and I miss them. I just did. I miss them, and the as twins, they got to business, and I loved it. They really, one of my favorite things of that night. Now, during while everybody's in the War Games, in that match, in that cage, you see CM Punk and Roman Reigns getting at it. These men cannot stop being petty. Roman with the side eye. I can't with them. They was acting like little kids. And when they all got into the ring, Paul Heyman had to come out to get his boys under control because they were bickering like children. The pettiness is unbelievable. But that match did not disappoint. I think a lot of people were probably hoping and praying that the match would disappoint, because this bloodline thing has had a chokehold on the WWE for a very long time. And, you know, there's bound to be some haters. But that match proved why they are the main event. That match proved why they're still doing this bloodline storyline, because they can deliver. And they deliver every time they deliver. Now, in that match, Jacob Fatu, super soldier. He has a super soldier serum. Nobody can tell me different, because when Punk was swinging that toolbox around, I have no idea how that didn't take Jacob out. I have no idea. I have no idea why Jacob was over here just bouncing back up. Like, insane. But that's, Bronson Reed was going to put off a tsunami, and Roman was on the table. I was scared. I thought Roman was going to be out, and I was getting ready, sad to say, I was getting ready to acknowledge Solo, because after that match, if the OG Bloodline had lost, we would have no choice but to acknowledge them. We would have no choice. But CM Punk came to his rescue, and I think that led to a point where Roman was thinking about trusting somebody other than his family, even though he barely trusts. I don't think he trusts his family all the way, but I think that's what occurred in that moment. And that match, for real, it's gonna be up there for a contender for match of the year. Now, I ain't gonna say it is match of the year, because I'm terrible at lists like that, but it is a contender. It was for sure match of the night. They did not disappoint, although at the end of the match, it took them a while to get back to the back. So I am not going to front. I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to lie to y'all. I thought that The Rock was going to come out. I mean, I just haven't seen it take so long for them to get to the back. I didn't see, like, they were showing everything. If we finna hear The Rock is cooking it, I just thought that was gonna occur. But it's nice to see Jimmy get that love, because y'all know Roman had a favoritism, and it was showing. So it showed so bad back in the times where Roman had the belt. It showed. But now I do see a development with Roman where he's acknowledging and also appreciating Jimmy a lot more. And I think that is because he realizes without Jimmy, he would be alone. He would have been alone. And I cannot wait, and I hope that Jimmy, and being able to show his skills, show his bag, I hope that continues. I hope they continue to allow Jimmy to have his moments for himself, because I have been saying for the longest, I've said it since he was out, that Jimmy deserves to have his own time. He deserves to have his own moment to where he's able to get his own character arc, so the rest of the WWE universe can see him the way that other people see him. But that was my War Games, review. Y'all let me know how you guys feel. Did y'all get a little upset about how we won? Did y'all feel a type of way about any losses or wins? Y'all let me know. But thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on. Bye!